The obstacles we are facing right now, that you are facing, in particular you are facing right now. Write it. I'm not gonna write it in the chat. I'm not gonna read your name out loud. So be as honest as you can. And meanwhile, I'm gonna tell you about my win. My win for the week is that we're working on some new projects. We're working on some new projects here, and it's just, I'm just inspired. I'm just really, really inspired. Just overall being really inspired. That's my win for the week. And I'm waiting until I see some of these obstacles that you guys are facing right now. I can tell you that the obstacles that I'm personally faced with is, what's my obstacles? I don't know if I have any obstacles right now. Just, no, I don't need it. Any obstacles that I'm facing? It's a tough question. It's a tough question. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. It's a tough question. I mean, we're probably going into lockdown here. You know what I mean? That's obviously an obstacle. But last time we had lockdown, I turned it into an incredible opportunity, and I'm not scared of it. But so it's tough for me to even point out, like, okay, this is a major obstacle that I have, because for me every obstacle is opportunity. Like I truly believe so. I truly believe that every obstacle that I'm facing with, there is an opportunity in there. And I'm just gonna read out what we're saying here. Some of the obstacles that we're faced with right now: another lockdown, cold weather, stuck at my waist size, can't go to the gym because of a new lockdown, have to go back to not really interact with people again, and that's really hard mentally. The weather is cold, wet, windy, so I'd rather stay inside than to head for a walk. All of these are obstacles. All of these are real obstacles that we are faced with, right? And time management is an obstacle here. Right, more things gonna come in. So all of these obstacles, right? All of them matters. All of them are valid things. Like, there is no obstacle that is less worthy or not worthy than others just because they, like, you don't rank obstacles. You know what I mean? But I promise you, in everything I read, there is ways to turn these into opportunities. There are true ways to turning your obstacle into opportunities. And before anything, the easiest way to navigate is that, it's not even the easiest way, but it's like the cornerstone. The cornerstone of everything is that you need your movie ending mapped out. Like, you need to have that movie ending mapped out, or at least have some type of understanding of where am I going? Where am I going here? Susie wouldn't say that it's like, I love myself now, I finally do it. It's like, I finally reached that point. It's like, if that wasn't a movie ending, then it's, where would you, how would you navigate to get there? You know what I mean? And I keep talking about movie ending, but to break it down real simple, it's health. The way I see it, it's health, wealth, love, and happiness. These are like the 4 cornerstones that we always use. I'm adding more things. And if you want to really understand your movie ending on a deeper level, I highly suggest you check out the mental discipline program that's coming. Why? Because the movie ending is based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So it's not something that I don't make magic out of it, boom. But you need to understand your movie ending, because when you're faced with an obstacle, and you can really say to yourself, it's like, but is this obstacles that I'm faced with, do I care about it in the sense of, is it affecting my movie ending? If it doesn't, like, there is only just so much energy, me personally, I will put into it. And when I say much energy, I mean nothing. I mean literally nothing. if it doesn't affect my direct movie ending, I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. Like my movie ending is way too big to be able to have other things. Like it takes too much. You only have this much thought space. You know what I mean? You only have just so much thought space. So be very picky with what you're thinking about. Did that make sense? Thumbs up if what I said just makes sense. Perfect. Yo, the sisters from Lebanon, what's happening? I didn't know you guys were hanging out. What's good? Shluk and Angela, what's happening? So movie ending is default. Movie ending is a cornerstone. You got to have that. You got to have that mapped out for you. Then we got your inner dialogue. Like how is your inner dialogue? How is the inner dialogue? How is the inner dialogue you're having up here? Are you your biggest cheerleader? Or are you pissing on your fire? It's like the person you have up here. The person you have up here. Those, because we all of us hear two voices. All of us here, I keep talking, I keep referring to these two voices. I hear three. You know what I mean? I hear, most of us understand what I say when I say that, like we hear two voices. I hear at least three on a good day. Or on a bad day. On a good day, I hear like 5 of them. It's like 5 people talking at the same time. But those voices are so important. They are so important because you can't control them. You can't control them, but you will always have them. You will always have that little negativity, that little insecurity whispering in your ear. If you do this correctly, if you work on your mental discipline, if you work to control your inner voices, that inner voice will whisper. But right now, for some of us, it's screaming. It's screaming, but we need to control that voice. And there is ways for you to do it. I promise you. Promise you that there is a way for you to control that voice or those voices. Because that's the thing, right? When it comes to turning an obstacle into an opportunity, what really is it? What really is it? It's just your perception of your reality. That's the only thing it is. There's nothing else. It's just the way you are changing to look at something. Here it is. It's a black bag, and it's an obstacle for me. But if I look at it from this direction or from this direction, I will look at it differently. So it's the only thing it is. So if you can control your inner dialogue, ultimately you can do whatever you want. Like I truly believe so. I truly believe that once you start to understand how to control here, you can land whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. So that's the second thing. You got to control your inner dialogue. And you do that with mental discipline. You do that with constantly practicing your mental discipline. And then we got the questions you are asking yourself. And the truth is that most of us are asking the wrong questions. That's the truth. Truth is that most of us are asking the wrong questions. When faced with an obstacle or faced with any situation that is not beneficial for us, we're asking the wrong questions. We start to ask questions like, why me? Why is this happening to me? Or, how can I get through this? All right? But that's the wrong questions to ask yourself. Again, is your inner dialogue pissing on your fire, or is it adding fuel on your fire? Are you your biggest cheerleader, or are you just, are you your biggest hater? And I'm my own biggest critic. Like, the reason why I might come across as confident or like whatever word you want to put on me, I heard brave. Somebody called me brave. Somebody called me brave the other day, like I'm Columbus. You know what I mean? Somebody called me brave, like I'm crossing the Atlantic. But it's just because I'm asking the right questions. It's just I'm just asking the right questions to myself. It's like I don't take myself that serious. You know, like I'm very like, get over yourself, Sebastian. Sometimes I start to beat myself up because I'm messing up, but it's like, just get over yourself. Just get over yourself. It's like, stop thinking, what can I get? How is your day going? It's okay, I'm getting through it. No, man, it's fucking great. I have a great day. It's like I'm breathing, it's like sun is up. What can I get from this? Quarantine, wow, that sucks. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Trust me, like I was there also. I was right there with you. 50 days I was locked inside. I left my home twice in 50 days. Now it's probably happening again soon. You know what I mean? But last time I was faced with an incredible opportunity. And that's how I met you guys. That's how I met so many of you. So I can either choose to say like, fuck, like what? I can't go to the gym, I can't train, I can't travel. 2018, I did 38 travels. You know what I mean? I did 38 international travels in 2018. Now 2020, it's like I have done like what? 5? 3? I don't even know. But there is an opportunity here. And that opportunity is that I can connect with people worldwide through, like, you know, the computer, this thing. Or whatever. I can be calm up here. So I don't focus on just here. I broaden my horizon and look at like, what is my movie ending? What is really my movie ending here? My vision is so big that each and every single one of your visions fits inside of my vision. So if I need to be locked up for a few weeks or months, I can just focus on growing my vision. You know what I mean? I can just focus on growing my vision. I can just focus on making it bigger and making it more vivid. So when I speak about it, more people are going to resonate with me, with it. Don't only pinpoint here, clack. What's the opportunity here? And what's the long-term and short-term opportunity? And like, what I'm talking about here, I don't want you guys to think that this is some type of illusion, that like, I just like, you know, 5 tips to think positive and then your life will change. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to do these 3 things and then you will shit rainbows for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what this is about. It's not what I'm trying to do here. Like, I'm doing my absolute best to give us like tangible things, and everything I say, you got to, you know, I give you recipe, like I give you the like, vad fan är råvaror på engelska? Like, I'm giving you the tequila, and then you get then I give you Coca-Cola, and then I give you some ice, and then I give you some other, like, here is my bar, you know what I mean? Boom, welcome to my bar. This is the Club Sebastian. And then you know what? But everybody can party here, but you got to make your own drink. So everything I'm saying is like, you got to make your own drink from it. Take everything, mix it in, and make your own drink. All right? Did that make sense? The ingredients. Yeah, probably ingredients. It's not the word I was searching for.
Material.
The raw material. Yeah, giving you the raw material. Ingredients is perfect. Roll with the ingredients. All right? Then we have the quick recap. Quick recap what we're going over. Tools is somebody on Instagram telling me. Yeah, thank you for that. So, here's the quick recap. Movie ending. Create your movie ending, fam. Create your movie ending and read over it. A movie ending is not something you make one time and then it's written in stone and then you can change it. I change my movie ending all the time. Every day I read it over every day. I add something. It's like, do I really want that? Like on my movie ending I had for the longest time, it's like, I want to have a house in Spain. Like, do I really want to have a house in Spain? Like, now, like the way Spain looks now, like I'm not sure I want to have a house in Spain. Like, I love Spain. I miss Barcelona, it's crazy, but do I really want that right now? It's like, yeah, maybe. I'd rather have a house in Cape Verde, you know? Like, I'd rather go to Cabo. Like, that's on my movie ending. That's huge on my movie ending. Training people in person is not my movie ending. It's not my movie ending, because I can't control it. My movie ending are based on things that I can control. I can't control if I can train people in person, but I can control that I want to inspire more people. I don't put on my movie ending things that is outside of my control. As in, I want to go to the gym 5 days a week. That's not in my control. But I'm going to train 5 days a week. That's in my control. Did that make sense? No? Nicole, it didn't make sense? No? Okay. So, I only focus on things that I can control. I don't focus on things I cannot control at all. It's raining outside. It has nothing to do with me. I can control it, but I can't control where I live. So I'm going to move to a place where the sun is shining often. And when it's raining, it is what it is. So my final movie ending, like the day I want to be able to dance with the woman I love at the party with all of my friends and family, at a lit party, like a dope party, the day before I die. That's my movie ending. So then I have health. I want to be able to dance the day before I die. So good health. And for me to get there, I need to train and stay active, get all the vitamins, stretch, train, all of it. With the woman I love. Love, obviously. Happiness with all of my friends and family. Wealth, financial, obviously. At a dope-ass party when I'm paying everything. So all of those things I control. But if I start to put in my movie ending, like I want to have, in my movie ending, I train at the gym every day, or I'm the world champion in hip hop. Like I don't fully control that. Like I'm a fucking amazing dancer. That's not my movie ending. But that title, I can't fully control that. Did that make more sense? Yeah? Cool. Movie ending, clear as ice. Inner dialogue. Are you pissing on yourself or are you fueling yourself? Extremely important. Get through versus get from. Are you asking yourself the right questions? Those are the things that we've been running over so far. Any questions so far? Any questions on all of this? Or are we good? We're good. We keep moving forward. Here we go. Again, all of these things, like I'm trying to compile as much information as possible. And because all of these things is what we're running over in the mental discipline program. All of it is we're running over inside a mental discipline program. If you want to join us, go on getdisciplined.com. Getdisciplinedtoday.com and hit the link there and join it. So there is a way to break this down even more simpler, and the way is to think like there is a difference between being proactive and reactive. A lot of us are reactive. I've been a reactive person a lot. Make no mistake about it. I mean, no sense of the matter, born perfect. Now I'm next to perfect, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, reactive, you're constantly reactive. Somebody honks the horn on you, bzz, you honk the horn back at him, motherfucker, bzz. Somebody cuts your lane, you get angry. Somebody insults you at your work, you get angry. Somebody sends you a bad email, you react to it. You're reacting. Proactive is that way you are in control. You're in control of the situation. He didn't blink when he was turning right. I mean, it happens. It happens, you know what I mean? Like, I do that all the time. I do that all the time. He was rude at you. Yeah, man, he's probably going through some shit. But he insulted me. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Am I going to care about it in a couple of years? Am I going to care about it in years from now? If not, why would I? Why would I care about it? You're turning that obstacle into an opportunity. It's like the obstacle is facing you. This obstacle is somebody's like nagging you. Somebody's nagging you constantly. How can I turn this to an opportunity? It's like I'm just gonna practice being kind. Did that make sense? Moving forward, I have, because the way I see it, and I believe this is like if I could make a summary of the entire thing we're talking about today, is that it's not what we feel or experience that upsets us. It's more how we respond to it that upsets us. All right? That's when you're proactive. You stop reacting to things and that's happening in the external, because you can only control what? Your inner world. You can only control your inner world. It's the only thing that is entirely 100% in your control. I remember reading a post before first quarantine started. There were 2 posts. First post was, it says something like this. It was like a Twitter thing. It says like, if you don't leave quarantine with a new skill, new hobby, or new something, new skill didn't go after your goal or whatever, it's because of you. Like you will never, like you should just take that away from your list. If you just take that away from your list, from your bucket list, because it's never gonna happen. Because right now during quarantine, we have time. So if all the things you said you didn't have time for, if you still didn't go after them, you will never go after them. And then it was like a respond post to that. And it says, this is not true, because not everybody not everybody have the, what's the word they use? Not everybody have the opportunity to control their outcome. And I just believe that to be so wrong. I just believe it to be so wrong. Like I truly believe that each and every single one of us have the ability to control what's happening up here. So if you didn't take time if you are feeling stressed during your day-to-day life, wow, quarantine, what an amazing opportunity to practice calmness. If you wanted to learn Spanish before, wow, what a great way to fucking learn Spanish. Because I have all this time, I'm locked up inside. You're feeling stressed because of quarantine and uncertain times? Yeah, me too. So am I. So what a perfect opportunity to practice just poise and virtue. And if you think you can't do this, right? Let me just hit you with some of my some good stories. I told you guys I wanted to give you some stories before we go into Q&A, and these are just stories that should fuel you. All of these stories should fuel you, and because if they can do it, so can you. Right? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? No, everything makes sense? Here's a question. What books would you recommend to build mental strength, peace, and so far? Good one. If you want to get tougher, you need Relentless. Relentless by Tim Grover. It's his birthday today, by the way. Everybody should go on Tim Grover's page to say happy birthday to him. Second one, I believe, would be Obstacle is the Way is a good one by Ryan Holiday. Ego is the Enemy, also by Ryan Holiday. How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, fantastic book. Good to Great is another one. My favorite book of all time that I'm rereading is called Master Key by Dr. L.W. Delawrence. Great books. Anywho, when was a moment somebody turned an obstacle into an opportunity? The year is 1914, and Thomas Edison is one of the richest men on the planet. He's a baller at this time. He even he stole the idea of electricity. You know what I mean? He's the guy, he's the biggest inventor. He's doing all crazy type of shit. And it's late at night, he goes home, and then he meets his son. On the way home, he meets his son. His 29-year-old son is running. He's like, Dad, the store, our warehouse is on fire. And they're like, oh no, well, what the fuck? He's like, what's happening? He run back. You get there, and then all of a sudden his son is there, his son just starts to burst into tears. He's crying. And Thomas Edison is there, he's like, Thomas Edison thought he had invented a material that was fireproof. So his entire building was supposed to be fireproof, which obviously it wasn't. And he has all of his invention was in there, like some of the most valuable ones. And then they all are turned up to fire, and it's just there's so many chemicals and all of those things there. So it's like blue fire coming out, green fire, red, yellow, all crazy colors. His son is crying. And Thomas Edison, he turns to his son and you say, hey, you, go get your mother and all of her friends. Run right now. Take your mom, all of her friends, take your aunt, and come back real quick, because they will never see a fire this cool again. They will never see a fire by this magnitude. I promise you, go get them quick. And then after, he obviously didn't have any insurances in what he had because he thought shit was fireproof, so he wouldn't need to. But later that year, he actually made more money than he ever made. It was his most profitable year. Why? Because he turned it into an opportunity. Go grab your mom, grab some popcorns, fuck it. It's like, what are we gonna do? Shit is on fire. You know? What am I gonna do about it? I can't control this, it's a fire. Who do I look like? God? God, leave me alone. Check Carol Flores. Do you know Carol Flores is? Yeah, thumbs up if you know Carol Flores is. Got it. Most powerful female salsa dancer on planet Earth. And she's out there crushing it. She posted on her Instagram right now. I'm training her, right? She's one of our dance-specific students. And I spoke to her on the phone. She's like, I'm moving because there is mold in our apartment. And I've been super sick for the last 2 years, and I need to throw away everything. I need to throw away everything I own. I'm like, what are you talking about? So apparently, if you have mold in your apartment, 1 out of 4 people gets extremely allergic to it. She's one of those. So it just breaks down her immune system. And so she can't donate, and it's like microparticles that just get sent out into the entire apartment. And everything she owns, if this has mold inside of it, and she gives it away, or she brings it to her new apartment, that's gonna infect that apartment also. So she had to throw everything she owns, every dance shoe, all of her costumes. It's like, just imagine when you've been dancing for 15 years, the sentimental value of your first costume. You've been a professional for 15 years, you have to throw it away. She throw everything away. She kept the phone and zero, everything gone. Her and her boyfriend moved to a new apartment. They don't have shit. And then she went on Instagram today and she's like, you know what, guys? Like, this sucks. This really sucks. But one thing I really understood with this is that you can let go of things. So I want to create a challenge. I want to challenge each and every single one of you guys. I want all of you to let go of something today or throughout this. Toxic relationships, clothes, just, things like a bad habit. Let go of shit. That's what she said. If that's not turning an obstacle into an opportunity, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. The woman doesn't own anything anymore. Everything got, everything she owns. And she still's like, I learned something from this and I want to share it with others. Look at Alemana. Look at Alemana also. There's a similar story there. Like, these are stories that we need to pay attention to and get inspired by, because if they can do it, we can do it. Alemana had, she was struggling with her whole training journey before. She was struggling with being disciplined with her training. And she said, fuck it, I'm going to do Queen Sculpting program. Inspire others to train with her, turning an obstacle into a beautiful opportunity. Now she inspires thousands of people. Thousands of people are looking at her daily, training, better health, better mental health. If that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. That's how you turn an obstacle into an opportunity, because an obstacle is just an obstacle here. But if you look at it from this perspective, it's something nice. But you just got to see it. And it might not be exactly what you want it to be, but there is a lesson there. Do you guys know who Viktor Franklin is? Viktor Franklin was a doctor from Austria around the 1940s. And he was Jewish. And he obviously have experienced some of the craziest things mankind, any person on the planet needs to or have witnessed, right? Concentration camp. So he was stuck in Auschwitz. But he came up with a concept that he called the last human freedom. And the last human freedom is he's like, they are more, what was the word he used? He's like, the last human freedom. They are more free than I am. Like, no, they have, wait, I'm butchering this quote right now. I'm trying to think about the words in English. He spoke about the Nazi guards. And he says that, like, they can take whatever they want. They can take all of it. They took his family, they burned his family. He had to go and, like, I don't know what this is called in English, but clean his family away.
They might have more liberty.
Thank you. Thank you. So he experienced the craziest things. But then he says, he came to the conclusion that the guards might have more liberty than I have. But I have freedom. They might have more liberty than I am, but I have freedom. And if that's not the most badass quote you guys have heard, like, I don't know what is. He started preaching this so well to the people inside of the concentration camp that even the guards came to him. Even the Nazi German guards came to him and started asking for advice because of his view on life. He escaped camp, or when it was over, he left the camp, and he wrote a book on this, The Last Human Freedom. If this motherfucker don't inspire you to think that whatever we are facing with, there is an opportunity, I don't know what will. And it's like, yeah, it's easier said than done. Yeah, I know. I know it's easier said than done. That's why we are talking. That's why I constantly talk about it. That's why we do the mental discipline program. That's why we have the 3rd season of the mental discipline program. You know? So if you want to read a book about mental toughness, I haven't read his book yet. But The Last Human Freedom, I promise you, there are some crazy things in there. You can take everything away except my mind. Freedom is, what's here? Freedom is when you have nothing left to lose. Freedom is when you have nothing. Yeah, exactly. Freedom is when you have nothing left to lose. I'm assuming you're talking about Carrera or somebody. Man's search for meaning. Look at Erlinda. Look at Erlinda. Round of applause for Erlinda who got the book. God damn it. It's not even The Last Human Freedom. What was the name of it? The Viktor Franklin book is Man's Search. The name of the book is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Franklin. Man's Search for Meaning. Sorry. Has this been helpful? Has this been any helpful, this webinar? Yeah, because I believe a lot of us are operating under like false assumptions. It's like you are operating under assumptions that is like it's almost like unspoken assumptions. It's like I can't lose weight, but why you think you can't lose weight? Why do you really think that you can't lose weight? Like what? It's physically impossible? How many times you heard like a statement, and then it's like, but you don't believe that, do you? Like there is an unspoken assumption here somewhere that we need to address. Okay, so I feel like this because, and deep inside it's like, yeah, I feel like this because I was told all my life that I was thick, and my family didn't, blah, 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 blah. Fill in the blanks. I can't stand another quarantine. Why? Why is that? I can't stand it neither. But there is an unspoken assumption here that's making you really spaz out over it. You scared to be alone? Because once you find it, you can pinpoint it, then we can start to work with it, and then you can then that's when the magic happens. That's when you can really like, you know, where's the opportunity here? Where's the lesson? Come on, I know there's something here. I know there's something. I had listen to this shit. I had 2 knee surgeries 14 months apart. So I did my first knee surgery. It took me 4 months of rehab on my left knee. I sprained the shit out of my right foot after 6 months. So 2 months I was fresh. I sprained the life out of my right foot, so I can't walk again. Then it takes me, I said, like, we're talking months. We're talking like, it's still not perfect. My right foot's still not perfect, but it is what it is. And then 14 months after the first knee surgery, I need to do another knee surgery. So I haven't danced. I haven't been able to dance like full out, like do martial art full out for 2+ years. So what can I do? What can I do here? Can I control that? No, I can't. So where is the lesson here? There's got to be an opportunity for me somewhere. What if I grow my company? What if I went all in? What if I went all in? Boom, quarantine happens. Quarantine happens. Wait, what the fuck? I'm based in Spain? I'm in Spain right now? I'm not even written here. I have no insurance here. Everything I got is in Sweden. How can I turn this into an opportunity? Fuck it. Dancers Against Corona. Here we go. 1,000 people sign up. Let me do everything I can to just inspire as many people as possible. You know? That's what I can control. I can't control if I'm locked up or not. It's not my choice. It has nothing to do with me. This makes sense? Like this is clear as eyes for me. Like being proactive is the most profound, this is the most like game-changing thing ever for me. Like, gonna chill for 10 minutes. This is all I got. That's all I got. That was my, that's how I turned any obstacle into an opportunity. But you have to dare to do this. You have to dare to do this. I swear to you. Because imagine, how many breakups did you guys have? How many breakups did you guys have that you were suffering the day after? Like, we were suffering so much. You lost your job, you were suffering the day after. But then now in retrospective, you look back at it and it's like, come on, like, I wasn't supposed to be together with that douchebag. What am I doing? You know, like, fuck that guy. That's my boss. Like, I don't care about him. Oh, he yelled at me. Like, I feel so bad. And you're like, that person did this and this to me. And you like beat yourself over and over and over and over. You beat yourself over it. And then when you look back at it, like, that incident happened like a week ago, and it's like, you don't give a shit about it. So just imagine if you're like, imagine how many of those things we have in 1 year, you know? I see some, you guys are smiling when I say this. It's like, because it's true, you know what I mean? It's like, they're like, why do we care so much about it? Why do we care so much about it? Any questions, run them with me now. Write them in the chat. If not, I'm just gonna keep on talking, you know what I mean? Like, it's Sunday, I have things to talk about. What kind of questions should you ask yourself to get rid of those assumptions that become obstacles? Great questions, great question. I believe it depends on the situation, but let's say so what kind of questions should you ask yourself to get rid of those assumptions that becomes obstacles? Why does this matter to me? Why does this matter to me? And why am I feeling like this? Ask yourself why 4 or 5 times and you're gonna understand why. I want to teach dancers mental and physical fitness. Why? Because I love to train and dance. Why? Because growing up, I found the dance school that I started at, Twisted Feet, that was like my safe space. Twisted Feet was my safe space. Why? Because I never really felt that I fitted in anywhere else. Why? Because where I grew up, there was a lot of racism. I'm half black, but very light, so I had a complex of my skin color, and I was very skinny. I had panic anxiety, and I was very insecure, and I had to deal with that for several years with panic anxiety and depression, and I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through. Why? You get where I'm going? Does that make sense? So you just strip down. It's like you take away layers. I hate you. Why? Why you hate me? Why you hate me? No, I hate you. Why? Because you did this to me. Yeah, okay, but why? Just deconstruct. I believe that's it, to be honest with you. And then again, like if you please anybody answer her question. If you have a better answer than I have, Elvia, you know, if you have something, if you have the solution, if you have an answer to her question, or Susie, you got something, just shoot it in the chat. You know what I mean? It's a great question. I'm not sure if that's the right answer. It's the one I use. And like, why can't I be? So many times people told me like, yes, but like, don't train dancers. It's like, what? I'm like, why? Why wouldn't I? But dancers are poor. But like, what the fuck are you talking about? that should stop me? That's what's gonna stop me to train dancers because your assumption that dancers are poor? You shouldn't, Sebastian, you shouldn't do webinars. Why? Because we are dancers and we are lazy. We just want, quick things. Like, but what are you talking about? Okay, the dancers are lazy. Okay, what's the unspoken assumption here? You are lazy. Don't call me lazy. You are lazy. That's the unspoken assumption. So once you find that out, then just start to, Hey, she can little is here. What's happening? She can fucking little, I swear. Make sense? Yes? Any questions? Any questions? And we're gonna keep on moving. If not, dances are discipline. Spitting facts. It's like, how can you say that dancers are lazy? Look at the people we talked about. Look at the people we talked about in this webinar. We have Karel Flores, like so many years of dancing. Judith, so many years of dancing and traveling all over the world. Alemana, same thing, so many years. Like these are, do you know what GOAT stands for? Like they are goats. Like it's not goats, it's not these things I'm talking about. I'm not talking about animals. They're like goats stands for greatest of all times. Like these are women that are gonna go down in history. They're like they have changed culture forever. How can anybody say that we are not disciplined? How can you put the label lazy on you? You're lazy in some aspects of life. You know what I mean? I'm not the best cooker. I'm not the best chef, you know what I mean? I'm not that guy. Why? Because I'm a little lazy. I just want shit to get done fast. But if you travel every weekend, you do a day, week in and week out, you're just working to inspire people. Like, you're not lazy, my friend, I tell you. You're very disciplined. You're very, very disciplined. And you can use that to fuel other areas of your life. Imagine if you put an ounce of what you put into your dance, into your mind, working your mind to become stronger mentally. Imagine what you could do. Thank you for your help and open-minding. Thank you for listening, homie. We out. That's it. That's all I got. Okay?